Remember Cursor, that AI coding assistant everyone was hyped about like 2 months ago? Well, meet its worst nightmare, Windsurf Editor, the cursor killer that got even more hardcore cursor fans switching sides. Isn't just another AI coding editor, it's the first agentic IDE that doesn't just suggest code. It have unlimited access to the cloud Sonnet 3.5 and GPT-4o. Stick around to see if we should ditch our current old IDEs or stay as we are. This editor is created by Codeium. It was a famous coding assistant before even AI take off. Windsurf have something new called flows. It's like combining both agents and co-pilots in one thing and call it flow. Its ability to tackle complex tasks like agent and collaborate with your code like co-pilot is what make it stand out. It also has something similar but slightly better than Cursor called Cascade, which the alternative for it in Cursor called Compose. It have full context awareness of our code base and it understand what it basically create, and it run commands inside the terminal like cline and continue. Right now we can use it for 2 weeks for free using the Pro version of it. Cursor is $20 per month, but Windsurf is $10, and it seems it have unlimited access to the large Codeium models, unlimited access to GPT-4o and the Sonnet 3.5, which even subscribing to the Anthropic API, you don't get unlimited access using it. And the free plan is not that bad actually compared to the Cursor plan. It gives you unlimited autocomplete suggesting, unlimited in-editor AI chat, and unlimited AI command instruction. You can use also Cascade in read mode only. And of course, it's a fork of Visual Studio Code. They didn't build from the ground up their own IDE. It supports Mac OS, Linux, and of course Windows. So I'm going to install it and show you the setup process for it. It's extremely easy, so we can test it together. The setup process is actually simple. All you have to do is go into the setup flow, which is extremely easy. I'm gonna start fresh. I'm gonna not use the Vim, I'm gonna use the default. And I select a dark theme that I like. And finally, you need actually to sign up or log in inside your account for Codeium. And after login, that's what it looked like first time that you open it. It's really clean, have different icons. It's similar to the bar of Visual Studio Code. And here you can use Cascade. You with the Sonnet 3.5, it supports also GPT-4o. From the start, I feel the UI is already more clean and rich than Visual Studio Code, similar to Cursor. My plan is really simple. I'm gonna test it for something real this time. I'm gonna take this blade template, which is very large and extremely old. It have been like 5 years since I have seen this code. And I'm gonna ask it right now to transfer the UI to the React UI in Next.js. And I'm gonna see the result, and to prove it, as you can see here, this is react.blade.php, and this is basically the blade template in action, the extended, the layout, the title, the sections. You can select the code that you want and hit Ctrl I. It will open this interaction box, which is very similar to Cursor. Or you can press Ctrl L and it will be inside the chat. I think I should create it inside the chat because I'm going to create a entirely different page. Right now, it's give me this kind of line, create blade.php, this code for it. And right now I'll tell it what I want. My prompt is extremely simple and there is nothing fancy about it. I want to create UI like this page, the page that in the blade, but for React, and put all the value inside one state. And I want to put it inside the directory app, SP for control panel, charter folder, inside the create folder or directory, in Next.js router app. The style, use tailwind. And I'm gonna hit enter. I will see what it will do for us. So the first thing that is doing very different is analyzing steps. It's analyzing the page and see if the page that I want to create, the new page that I want to create is existed or not. It said, I see that the directory exists. Now I create the new file for the create page. And it started right now take, I think, the logic from the PHP page to put it inside the new React page. Right now I have this kind of generated code. If I click open diff, I will see there is some sort of large code that have been created over there. And I have the option to accept it all or reject it all. And of course, this is not an edit. This is actually a new page. So I'm going to accept all. And I think that sets have been created. Let's run the project and see what the result of this code will be. This is the result that I got, and it's already have some issues before I continue. The amount of input, like if you look to the state over here, all the state values should be an input. We don't even have this half of this number inside our input. So I'm gonna ask it to look at the state and create inputs for all of them in dark style using Tailwind and CSS. All right, this is what I said about can it handle a real world project or not, because it seems like it can't so far. Like right now I told it create input for each state value you find inside the form data state and use Tailwind to make it look cool, modern style, make sure all inputs are there. Save the effort for looking to the entire code and just give it this page, and I told it create form inputs for all the states. And it took a few minutes, started by edited, then stopped, then edited, then stopped, and edited, then it gave me an error, protocol error, incomplete, envelope, unexpected EOF. I have no idea what this error is. So I'm gonna give it one more chance by giving it all the state value and then let it create the UI and the logic needed for the UI. Before I do the same thing in Cline, I'm gonna click create a new conversation, and I'm gonna take this, highlight it, and put it inside the chat. And I'm gonna want it to create the UI for this state using Tailwind CSS. Make sure the logic for it is correct. It's a really dumb prompt. For Sonnet 3.5, as I am used to it, he can handle this. Hit enter. Let's see what it can do. So it seems like it hit another wall with the editing. It keep looping over the same task, and I don't know why it's stuck. It seems there is something wrong with it. Maybe if I switch the model from the Cloud 3.5 Sonnet to maybe GPT-4o, it will work. So let's try this before we decide to switch into Cline. Okay, it seems like it's finally started to work because I can see that it's writing some code for this page. Let's open the div and we can see that it's wrote some certain code over here, except all the changes. And let's go and see it. Once more, it actually failed on creating the fields for each state for unknown reasons. So far, I don't know what it is. I kind of started to honestly feel like there is something wrong with this Cascade Agentic IDE, and I am not sure. Like, I know if I dumb down the prompt and not used it in a real world example, it will do better job than this, whatever it's doing right now. So I'm gonna switch for Visual Studio Code and my setup in Cline with Haiku 3.5 and see how it will perform. So I switched to Visual Studio Code with Cline. As you can see here, I'm using the 3.5 Haiku model. And of course, I will hit done. Right now, we can start using it. I'm going to ask for the same thing. Actually, I'm going to give it the same state, same prompt, everything, and see how it will perform. So here I give it the page that I want to create the UI inside. And I told it I want to create the UI for every state key inside the form data state using Tailwind CSS. Make modern dark style. And let's see together how it will perform this time. Okay, I can see it's already up and running in less than a minute. It's gonna take a while to create this UI because the amount of values inside the state is a lot. And I'm pretty sure it will be better than the Agentic IDE. All right, and let's keep going, and we have to click save. Right now, what else? Task is complete. And it wants me to basically open this page to see it, but I have to see it myself as a UI. I don't know what to say. It's created exactly like the old one. same state. Everything is perfect. The style is amazing. I mean, like I want to improve the whole state date over here a little bit, but yeah, it's easy to do that. But it's perfect. This is what I want. This is exactly what I want. Inside this project, there is one massive annoying page in the control panel, and it was the largest one. And this is the biggest page inside this project in terms of like the control panel. As you can see here, there is multiple section. It's for creating charters information inside the website. And when you go to the website, you can book a ticket there. You have to put the entire charter or basically the flight information over there, the price of the tickets based on the economy or the business. Is it for the client or the company? It's like very massive page. And it cost me like about, I'm not saying Cline is better, but like goddamn, this performance of the new Windsurf is trash, man. Like what's going on? Like I thought it's gonna be on the level of Cursor, but like it's not. Like it's really not. Sticking to the Cline and the Haiku 3.5 is better for me if I wanted to use it in real world project. And that's what I mean with testing it in a real world project. Let's improve this page a little bit, and I will cut the edit to the end result for this page. Okay, this is like the near final result that I want for the UI to be what it looked like. I automatically told it to put the component layout inside this page, and it did this for us. Right now it's connected to the layout dashboard component, and I can easily access it like using click buttons and all the stuff and go back to it. The form itself got improved. I added a responsive design style to it, and you can see it is a little bit better, and it breaked the design once more, and I made only headlines for the new section inside the form itself. So far, fantastic. I mean, like I'm not bragging about how Cline is powerful or how it's really good, but like with the first example, I did go blind into this video. I didn't use Windsurf at all before, and this is what the result that I got. And I wanted to be honest with you guys. I don't want to basically false advertise or ride the hype train of Windsurf. And let's take a look to the amount of cached token that I have inside this project. I have 128k cached token, and I sent about 32 tokens. I have no 36 token and received about 650 tokens. I have no idea why, and I still didn't cost me 10 cents even for the Haiku 3.5. And the whole caching tokens for Cline is saving a lot of money for us. The prompt caching cost about $1.35 to use 1 million token read and write, and this is basically will be saved inside the Anthropic API somewhere, and it will basically make whole cost of Haiku 3.5 like less than half, I think, especially if you're planning to use it for long-term coding sessions and in the same project. I know that I talked about the Haiku 3.5 and how expensive it is at $6 for 1 million input and 1 million output, but I have to take my word back and I say that the caching, the prompt caching, will make us pay less in the long run if you used it in the same project. My final opinion and my kind of advice to use this editor or not, I will stay away from it until they kind of fix or basically update it a little bit more. It is still fresh, even if I delayed the review for it for about a week right now. It didn't perform that well. I don't know if I'm not lucky or not, but it have a very good chance to be better. But for some reason, the real world scenario that I tried right now, as you have seen, is not that good at all. So that's it for this video. I don't want to make it any longer for you guys. Thank you for watching. If you found this video respecting your time and providing you with valuable information, please hit the like and subscription button. And thank you for the 3,000 subscribers. We finally made it, guys. Thank you. You did this, not me. And see you on the next video.